If you ask most people how billionaires make their money, you'll get the same handful of answers. They work harder. They started a company. They had a great idea. They got lucky. They invested early in something that exploded. All of these answers contain pieces of the truth, but none of them get to the real mechanism. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Billionaires do not get rich the way regular people get rich, just faster. They get rich in a fundamentally different way, through a different system, using different rules. And once you understand what those rules actually are, you start to see why the gap between billionaires and everyone else isn't closing. It's getting wider, and it has almost nothing to do with how hard anyone is working. Let's start with the myth that needs to die first. The myth of the salary. When most people think about getting rich, they imagine getting a higher paying job, a promotion, a bonus, maybe eventually a corner office with a seven-figure salary. The problem is that no one in human history has ever become a billionaire through a salary. Not one. Even the highest paid CEOs in the world, the ones making $50 or $100 million a year, would need centuries of work to reach $1 billion through wages alone. And they don't have centuries. They have one lifetime. So if the salary path mathematically cannot produce $1 billion, what does? The answer is ownership. Specifically, ownership of assets that grow exponentially while you sleep. This is the single biggest secret of how billionaires actually make their money. And it sounds simple until you really think about it. Billionaires own things. They don't earn money. They own things that earn money. And the things they own are not regular things. They are equity, shares of companies that can scale without limit, businesses that can grow 10 times or 100 times without requiring 10 or 100 times more work. When Jeff Bezos founded Amazon, he didn't get rich because of his salary. His salary was famously around $80,000 a year. He got rich because he owned a significant percentage of a company that grew from a garage operation into a $2 trillion enterprise. The wealth came from the ownership, not the work. The work made the ownership valuable. The ownership made him a billionaire. Now here's where it gets interesting. Once you understand that ownership is the engine, you start to see that billionaires structure their entire financial lives around acquiring and protecting assets, not earning income. In fact, most billionaires deliberately keep their reported income very low. Elon Musk has gone years without taking a salary from Tesla. Mark Zuckerberg takes a salary of $1 per year from Meta. Warren Buffett's salary at Berkshire Hathaway is about $100,000, less than what many middle managers make. Why? Because income is taxed heavily. Ownership is not, at least not until you sell. And billionaires rarely sell. They hold. They wait. They let the assets compound. And when they need cash, they don't sell their shares. They borrow against them. This is the second great secret. Billionaires don't spend their money. They spend other people's money, using their assets as collateral. Here's how it works. A billionaire owns $10 billion worth of company stock. They want to buy a yacht, a house, a private jet, or just live their life. Instead of selling stock and triggering taxes, they walk into a bank and borrow against the stock. The bank gives them a loan at very low interest rates because the collateral is rock solid. The billionaire spends the loan money. The stock continues to grow in value. They never pay capital gains tax because they never sold. And when they eventually die, the stock passes to their heirs at a stepped-up cost basis, meaning the heirs can sell it without paying the lifetime of taxes that were technically owed. The strategy is sometimes called buy, borrow, die. It's perfectly legal. It's used by virtually every ultra-wealthy family in America. And it's almost completely invisible to people who think wealth means having a big paycheck. But ownership of equity is just one piece of the puzzle. The other piece is leverage, and not just financial leverage. Billionaires use leverage in every form. Time leverage, where their employees and systems do the work that generates value for them. Capital leverage, where they raise money from investors to make bets they couldn't afford alone. Brand leverage, where their reputation alone is worth millions because it opens doors and attracts deals. Network leverage, where one phone call to the right person creates opportunities that would take years to access otherwise. The average person works 1 hour and earns 1 hour's worth of pay. The billionaire works 1 hour, and that hour is amplified by thousands of employees, millions of customers, and billions of dollars of deployed capital. It is not the same kind of hour. It is a fundamentally different unit of time, doing fundamentally different work. There's another thing about billionaire money that almost nobody understands. Most of it doesn't actually exist as money. It exists as paper wealth. When you read that Elon Musk is worth $400 billion, that does not mean he has $400 billion sitting in a bank account. It means the shares of companies he owns are theoretically worth that much based on current market prices. If he tried to sell all of those shares tomorrow, the market would collapse before he could complete the sale. The wealth is real in the sense that it can be borrowed against, leveraged, and converted gradually. But it is also a kind of fiction, a number on a balance sheet that depends entirely on the market continuing to believe the underlying companies are worth what investors are paying. This is why billionaire net worth can move by tens of billions of dollars in a single day. It's not real money in the traditional sense. It's a stake in a story that the market currently believes. The other thing billionaires do that ordinary people don't is invest in the means of investing. Once you have enough money, the smartest play is no longer to pick individual stocks or buy real estate. It is to own pieces of the systems that allocate capital itself. This is why so many billionaires end up funding venture capital firms, private equity funds, or hedge funds. They don't just want to invest in companies. They want to own the firms that invest in companies. They want to take a cut of every deal that happens in their orbit. This is how a billion turns into 10 billion. Not by working harder, not by being smarter, but by positioning yourself at the center of the money flow, so that every transaction in the economy sends a small piece of itself in your direction. There's also the question of tax structure, which is perhaps the most under-discussed part of how billionaires keep their money. Wealth at the very top is managed by armies of accountants, lawyers, and tax strategists whose entire job is to minimize what gets paid to the government. Family offices, trusts, foundations, offshore accounts, charitable structures, all of these are tools used to shelter wealth across generations. A typical billionaire pays a lower effective tax rate than a teacher or a firefighter. This is not because they are doing anything illegal. It is because the tax code is structured around taxing income, while billionaires structure their lives around owning assets. The system was built for the wage earner, not the asset holder. And the asset holders, naturally, have spent decades making sure it stays that way. Now here's where things get truly counterintuitive. Most people assume billionaires are smarter or more skilled than everyone else. The truth is more complicated. Yes, the people who reach billionaire status are usually intelligent, driven, and competent. But the gap between a billionaire and a successful millionaire is not primarily a gap of talent. It is a gap of access and positioning. A billionaire is usually someone who is in the right place at the right time, with the right relationships, with enough capital to take the right bet. Talent matters, but it is not the deciding factor. Most billionaires will quietly admit, if you ask them, that luck played an enormous role in their success. The skill is in recognizing the lucky moment and being prepared to seize it. The myth that they earned every dollar through pure brilliance is just that, a myth, and one that conveniently justifies the size of the gap between them and everyone else. There's a final piece of the puzzle that deserves attention. Once you cross a certain threshold of wealth, money starts compounding on its own with very little input from you. $1 billion invested at a modest 5% return generates $50 million a year, every year, without anyone lifting a finger. That's enough to fund a lifestyle of private jets, multiple estates, household staff, and personal security indefinitely, while the underlying billion stays untouched and continues to grow. Wealth at this level becomes self-sustaining. It does not require the billionaire to keep working. Many of them keep working anyway, because the work is interesting or because the identity matters. But financially, they could stop tomorrow and never run out. This is the threshold most people never reach, the point where money begins generating money faster than you can possibly spend it. So when you ask how billionaires actually make their money, the honest answer is that they don't make it the way you think. They don't earn it through labor. They don't accumulate it through saving. They don't even necessarily create it through pure innovation. They build or buy ownership stakes in things that grow. They borrow against those stakes instead of selling them. They leverage other people's time and capital to multiply their efforts. And they use the legal and financial systems in ways the average person doesn't even know exist. None of this requires being a genius. What it requires is access, capital, and an understanding of how the wealth machine actually works. And that understanding, more than any product or idea, is the real secret of the people sitting at the very top of the global economy. It is not what they made that made them rich. It is what they own. And what they own is something most people are never taught to even reach for. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.